Okay, so let's discuss Hadoop overview. So Hadoop is a very interesting technology developed in 2006, around that time frame, and it was developed by Doc Cutting. So the technology was inspired by Google white papers, and these Google white papers were GFS, which was released in 2003, and there is another white paper which is Google MapReduce white paper, which was released in 2004. So this was released in 2003 and this is released in 2004, and these two things basically translated into Hadoop core. And when we say Hadoop core, HDFS is inspired by GFS white paper, Google file system white paper, and MapReduce, open source technology MapReduce, Hadoop MapReduce, inspired by Google MapReduce white paper. So these are white papers and these are actually implementations of those white papers. Now, this is Hadoop core, and if you see the overall structure, so this is Hadoop core, and we have Hadoop ecosystem. So this is Hadoop ecosystem. As I mentioned here, there are two components, HDFS and MapReduce. HDFS is Hadoop Distributed File System, and this is for storing large amount of data. It solves that problem of storing large amount of data, retrieving large amount of data. When I say large amount of data, I am referring to uh, data which cannot be handled by traditional technologies, and it is more than few terabytes of data, so it is going in petabytes also, it can handle very easily. So this is MapReduce, and MapReduce solves the problem related to the big data processing, and this is batch framework. So that means like the data is not in motion, data is basically maybe on the file system like HDFS, and you are processing that data, you are maybe finding insights from the data, you can do like cleansing of data and many other things. So basically like MapReduce technology was developed for this particular purpose, like distributed processing. Hadoop ecosystem has again multiple projects, open source projects. So one is HBase. So HBase is Hadoop database, and it is a NoSQL database, and it is also part of Hadoop. Which means Hadoop and base means database. So it runs on top of HDFS, so that's why it is called HBase. Uh, so that is one technology. Apart from that, another one is Flume, and Flume is basically for streaming ingestion. This is for storage, and this one is for streaming ingestion. Let's say your data is flowing and you want to bring it into Hadoop cluster. So Flume was created in Cloudera, and the purpose of creating Flume was to perform log file aggregation. So in Cloudera company, there were so many servers, and we wanted to bring logs of different machines into one centralized place, HDFS. So that's why Flume was created. Apart from that, there are many other technologies like Hive. This is for data analysis, and it was basically created for performing data warehousing. In Facebook, it was created, and it was created for this the same purpose, like data warehousing on Hadoop. So it is much more scalable than conventional data warehouses. Then another technology is Scoop. Scoop is for data ingestion and data import, data ingestion slash data export. So like that, you will find there are so many other technologies in Hadoop ecosystem. It's a very vast ecosystem, and it's like ever evolving ecosystem. So new things are being added. So this is like a very high level picture, like which all things exist where. But this is old picture. This old picture we have HDFS and MapReduce. Nowadays, the Hadoop core has changed because nowadays we have Yarn, and we will be discussing about Yarn soon. But for the time being, just understand this is how it started. But then the Hadoop core evolved. MapReduce was completely gone after 2014. People started to switch to Spark, and there are reasons for that. So I will be explaining like the Spark also different frameworks. But for the time being, just understand that this is how the high level picture of Hadoop is. But we need to understand that this Hadoop is basically open source technologies, and there are so many moving parts. And when we have so many moving parts, then we have to have some kind of control also, because if the version of HDFS is not matching with the version of Hive, then again it will create problem for you, and you cannot focus on the business problem that you are trying to solve. You will be stuck in open source issues. So there where we have different companies like Hortonworks, Cloudera. So these companies started to provide distribution of Hadoop. In 2019, these two companies were merged together, and they actually like merged into Hortonworks only, both companies. But initially when in 2011 2012, you would see like both companies were doing a lot of things in Hadoop. And then there is another company, Databricks, providing enterprise distribution of Spark. We will look into that. Spark we will discuss. So similarly, we have another company, Confluent, which provides distribution of Kafka, and you will find there is another company, Anaconda, which provides open source distribution for Python, and also there are enterprise versions also available along with the community distributions. So hope this makes sense. Like for open source projects, we have enterprise distributions, and these enterprise distributions are ensuring that the code that you are using for your solving business problem is basically stable. The integration testing has been done, penetration testing, security testing has been done, and load testing has been done. So you can actually rely on the vendor about the open source technologies, because there are so many things which are going on internally in the open source technology. So as I was mentioning, like it was merged in 2019. So earlier we used to call Cloudera distribution of Hadoop, CDH, Cloudera distribution of Hadoop. Earlier we used to call the stable distribution or enterprise distribution as this. And when both companies are merged, then now we call it Cloudera Data Platform. Cloudera Data Platform. And this is called CDP. CDP. So there is another component called CDF, which is Cloudera Data Flow. So this is Cloudera Data Flow. This is CDF. So this is for streaming data, like the projects which require real-time processing. For example, if you want to use Kafka, NiFi, and other products, then those are part of Cloudera Data Flow. And the projects which are mostly dealing with batch data, you will find those are part of Cloudera Data Platform. So hope it makes sense, like what is Hadoop and the high level picture. So Hadoop technically does not mean anything. It does not have any meaning. So if someone says that I am expert in Hadoop, it does not mean anything. We need to be specific, like in which area a particular person is good at. Maybe you can say I'm expert in Impala, or I'm expert in Hive, or I'm expert in Flume, but you cannot say that I'm expert in Hadoop. So because Hadoop is a non-technical word, and it does not mean, it's an umbrella technology, umbrella term, I should say. It's not even like, it's an umbrella term, and under the Hadoop, like there are so many technologies. So hope this makes sense, and this gives you high level picture about Hadoop. So now we are going to delve deeper into multiple areas of Hadoop, and we will be mastering those areas. We will be doing hands-on in those areas. We will be understanding those areas in the subsequent sections.